Let me just ask a basic, simple question. Why do you think there's so much difficulty in getting men to recognize and do something about their mental health?
I think the stigma of men are fixers, men get things done, men don't have time, or they lose their credibility with vulnerability. They don't want to talk about their weaknesses. As human nature, to always make ourselves look better.
A lot of it is that, because we're bred to, if you play football, in the movie, the guy got injured. And then the coach asked him, are you hurt or are you injured?
Right.
And he said, what's the difference? And he said, if you're hurt, you can keep playing. If you're injured, you can't. So the problem, we're bred to say, suck it up. Another problem is mentors. If I'm very good friends with Mark, and I may be afraid to tell Mark that I'm struggling mentally, because Mark may look at me as someone who's weak, a weaker man. But if I know Mark is getting counseling, that's going to give me, fortitude to also get help.
Well, I was always the macho guy. You have to do this, you have to get this done, you have to get this taken care of. And it took me retirement and about 4 years away from the adrenaline and away from the sense of purpose to realize I had some problems. Had some things I had to deal with. And being able to sit down and do that and understand not only what it was, but Thomas, before we started talking, used the word trigger. And I hate it, but the things that start those bubbles from popping up, start those things up. And I was teaching what it is and how it was long before I accepted the fact with myself, because I'm too tough for that. Can't hold that up. And I tell you what, when I realized I wasn't that tough,
Right.
it helped me learn, helped me move forward, and also gave me the desire to have conversations like this.
That's the biggest thing right there. Not being afraid, being open, being honest. I look at my friends and I hang out with them. I know they have issues. They know they have issues. The issue is trying to get them to confront those issues. But end of the day, what is it going to take to break the stigma and get the men to help themselves in respects to mental health?
Letting them know that it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to
ask, to let someone know that you need help. You're in pain for whatever various reasons, but it's okay, because you're not weak because you ask for help. You're actually strong for asking for help, for being able to identify that you need help. And the help is beyond what you can do for yourself.
I've said this to a few people several times, is we have to stop changing the rules about how we address men and emotions. And what I mean by that is, we have this unwritten rule of men don't cry. That's the unwritten rule. But then for some reason, we manipulate the rules. If a guy gets mad and if he slams his fist down and he yells, we're like, well, he's just having a bad time. By definition, the same way we categorize someone crying, they lost control of their emotions. But when you get angry and mad and yell, you did the same thing. But for some reason, we bend the rules where it's like, you can do the yelling thing, but you can't cry.
I think we all need a belief system. Whatever that may be, whether it be faith, whether it be family, whether it be mission, whether it be just going to the range and getting some trigger time in, or whether it be sitting there having dinner, or sitting here like we are, having a conversation, and not be afraid to talk about it.
All of us, even though we come from different walks of life, we serve a different purpose, we're all in the selfless service business. And what I mean by that is we're serving a mission that's bigger than us, without the expectation of getting anything in return. In other words, we don't want to hear, thank you, this was great, appreciate the lockbox. Only thing we want to hear is we saved one.
Say they won.
That's what we want to hear.